Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, gonna be Stats versus Maru here on Deathaura, the latter edition. Top left, it's a purple Protoss player, Stats. I feel like I haven't said that in a while. And in the bottom right, a Teal Terran, it is Maru. Do you think they chose these colors for that reason? Purple Protoss and Teal Terran? Maybe they did. I feel like their English is good enough to know what alliteration is in English, but maybe not as well. So it's a PvT here on Deathaura. Figured it's been a while since I've cast a PvT. Although, hang on, I did cast Clem versus Showtime, which, if you haven't watched that one, go ahead and watch it if you're a fan of PvT. Cast it a few days ago. Again, it was on Deathaura, so I don't know. Something about Deathaura makes for excellent PvT games. Probe scouting. Zee! Right through the speed zones. That's what probes say when they go through speed zones. Zee! They're so happy about it. It's very cute. What's going on? What's going on in the world? Things are good. My kids are out of school in like a month. So I've constantly been fighting these voles in my backyard. Because yes, I'm an old millennial. I own a home. How crazy is that? Let me tell you a story. The only reason I was able to afford a home when I bought one years ago is because of the 2008 financial crisis, okay? Prior to that, home prices were going nuts. They were really crazy. I didn't think I could ever afford to buy a home. I didn't have an incredibly high-paying job or anything. I still don't. But what made it possible to buy a home at that time was the financial crisis of 2008. So what I'm saying is, if you're looking to buy a home now, you're in that position in your life and you can't afford one, and you feel like you'll never be able to afford one, what goes up must come down. Let me just tell you that. Home prices will not keep going up and up and up forever and ever. There will be a downturn. There will be a time this will correct itself. I'm not saying it's going to be now. I'm not saying it's going to be next year or even the year after that, but there is going to be a time this happens. And I know that's not great to hear, that it's not going to be tomorrow, but I promise you the day will come. This is my Falcon Paladin, not a financial advisor advice. Okay? Anywho, what are we doing? Stalkers, got a shield battery in the mineral line already. Goodness, that seems a little unnecessary, but if a Banshee shows up, a shield battery can heal through the damage that a Banshee is doing, not through the damage that two Banshees do, because they will kill a probe basically in one hit. And you can't heal through one hit's worth of damage, right? You gotta wait for the distance between them. Ooh, proxy starport from Maru. Kind of loving this. It's not way on stat side of the map, but, you know, it makes the timing for a Liberator or something showing up a little bit faster. Liberators don't care about your shield battery. Again, one shot, huge ounce of damage. Shield batteries are terrible against. Bunch of Marines out, but really no support for them at all, so they don't really want to engage here, but they're trying to buy time for, I guess, Hellions. The Hellions do well against the Adept, but also the Adept does well against the Hellions. They both do damage, or bonus damage versus light, which is one of those weird situations. It's like Ghosts versus, Marauders versus Lurkers. Oh, Marine down. Excellent. See? Bonus damage versus the Adept, but also the Adept does bonus... there you go. Versus the Hellion. Doesn't come into play, though. Medevac, so probably Widow Mines would be my guess. Or maybe we're just going to drop the Hellions into the main. Okay, that's cool. That works as well. Hellion drop into the main with the Medevac at a timing that's a little faster maybe than Stats is expecting it. But it can't be that much faster. Look at this pickup. Let's go! Let's go! War Prism on the way from Stats. Shield battery at the front. Really worried about a bit of a frontal assault here. Got Stalkers in the main, so Hellions aren't going to have a great time with this. Oh, look how ready Stats is for this. Are you kidding? The Hellions decide to YOLO on in there, doing enough damage on one shot to kill a lot of probes. 6 probes. 7 probes. Dude, none of these Hellions have died. Are you kidding? 10 probes. Okay, Maru, you're a god. 11 probes is way more than I expected, considering these Stalkers that were in position. There was a Stalker blocking this off, and then it moved just at the wrong moment. I really feel like if the Stalker had stood its ground, this would have gone a lot better for Stats. That's just the little tiny things. The little tiny things in StarCraft that make the difference between losing a ton of workers and losing like almost no workers. Absolutely incredible stuff. Stalkers moving out for stats. Actually picking off... What is this? Just random Marines out on the map. Don't mind us, they say. We're just here for scouting purposes. This counter is actually fairly brutal, but a tank pops out just in the gosh darn nick of time for Maru. He needs to protect this tank and not let it get blinked on and murdered. Also, blinking in the main's viable, too. Hey, there's no tank. Actually, there's a tank. Maru's good at this game, you guys. He's got a tank in the main as well. He's fine. And by fine, I mean he needs to abandon ship. All his SCVs are getting out of there. Fare thee well, refineries. Faboosh. To faboosh. And now there's 2 tanks. Actually, 3 tanks. And the Stalkers are just going to provide, you know, a bit of harassment here. Just a little bit of harassment. Try to avoid tank shots while killing SCVs that are trying to build refineries. This is a good match. This is really good stuff. Banshee on the way. Robotics Bay on the way. Charge getting researched by stats. Dude, this... Really? Maru trying to build a command center when there are Stalkers in his main base right there. So he blinks on that tank. Kills it. Free tank. I don't think any Stalkers died there. Also, this refinery is just not happening. I'm here to report from the agency of what's happening. That's not happening. It's on the list of not happening things. And slowing down gas income is honestly pretty nice. So 3rd CC being built on the low ground here, which is actually not all that safe if the Stalkers wandered. Oh my gosh. If the Stalkers wandered over here... No, we just recalled in because there's 2 Banshees. Hey, remember what I said about 2 Banshees and shield batteries? That's exactly right. He's making more Banshees? Oh my gosh. 19 drones killed. Hold up. How did we get 19? And where are they? Okay, so they just flew into the main. Nothing defending this at all. And we just start counting now. While Stats is in here. That's why he left. He was like, so this is real bad. I'm making Colossus back home. Wow. This is a slugfest. This is an absolute slugfest of epic proportions so far. I'm not sure if it's an epic game yet, but wow. Beautiful big-time hits on both sides of the map here. 30 probes have died. And only 8 SCVs have gone down, and the gas has been delayed a little bit, and a tank got sniped. So I'm going to argue that Maru is ahead in this game now. Stats does have a 3rd base coming up, which is great. But Maru is the 3rd base on the way, too. So we're pretty even on that front. More Banshees. Are you seriously committing to, like... Well, right now, it's committing to 3 Banshees. Which, you know, it's a good number. It's not... insurmountable, especially because, you know, Stalkers exist and whatnot. But Colossus in production here for stats. He's already got 1. 3 Colossus seems to be the magic number against Terran. Once you have 3, Bio's a lot easier to deal with. The Banshee's on the move. The left side Banshee's on the move. I can see you on the minimap. Your color is a little bit too close to minerals to be super visible, which is why he missed you the first time, but I'm watching for you this time. Yeah, this Banshee harassing a little bit. These guys doing this thing. Colossus landing where there are tanks. That doesn't go too well. The Banshees are back. Okay, but honestly, like a cannon would do so many wonders in this situation. I'm just pointing it out. All right, well, so this is GG, right? Like this is just Maru doing all of the good things. Murdering all of the probes. We're at 50 probes killed in the first 8 minutes, which I just don't know. Literally don't know if it's an insurmountable lead for anyone. That said, it is Stats, and Stats is not just anyone. Extended Thermal Lance is done. He's working on his 2nd Colossus. I really wishes he had 3, but when you have 33 workers at 9 minutes, it's not exactly an easy thing to pull off. 3rd base going to land in the traditional 3rd base location because you can cover all of your bases by pretty much covering these 2 ramps. I don't know why Stats is over here, to be honest with you, rather than in the traditional spot, but Stats does Stats things. Disruptors in production, yeah. I mean, the come from behind, right? The comeback unit. Dark Templars for 1, but also Disruptors. 2 really, really juicy Disruptor hits can really bring Stats back into this game. Whether or not they will is going to be up to stats and Maru's ability to split against Disruption Novas. Purification Novas out of the Disruptors. Coming up with only 2 Colossus. Not enough, man. Also, the tank count's a little high for you to be bringing Colossus into play here. Wow, that Marine. He got orders to go down that ramp and got murdered for it. Rough life being a Marine. Possibly the roughest. Banshee's still up here. 12 kills on that one. This one's been in here for a while. 13 kills on this one. Ah, it's moving out. It's moving out. And there's a shield battery in every base. Not these ones, though. These guys don't have a shield battery protecting them. Oh, they do. Wow, that range on that shield battery is further than I thought it was. That's an amazing position for that shield battery, then. I kind of love it, but this is a problem. This is so much of a problem. So shield battery dies, forces a giant recall, and then just boosts out. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to lose anything. Let's just kill a shield battery. I think there was a Banshee over here, but it's gone now. Oh no, it's up here. It's hiding way, way up here. Behind the production tab. Hello. So it's 170 to 136 supply in favor of Maru. Are we surprised by that? No. This is what the income tab looks like. Are we surprised by this? Also, that's a Negatory captain. Negatory El Capitan. Bunker unnecessary, apparently. We're just wandering in. Okay, well, this is also just wandering in. So it turns into a bit of a base trade scenario. We got some disruptors trying to defend against all of the tanks known to man. But also on this side, there's nothing to defend against. 2 Colossus, a bunch of charge lots, stalkers, and sentries. So that's real fun. They say never base race a Terran, but it seems like Maru's okay with it if Stats is okay with it. The problem is Maru's only lost 1 base, and Stats is on the verge of losing 2. Okay, so he does get in here and take care of Maru's 3rd to some extent. Killing that orbital would be amazing right now. Plus 1 attack stalkers should be able to pull that off. There you go. Blinking up. Wiping it out. SCVs over here trying to heal that thing. Can't do it. Okay, this is turning into something interesting all of a sudden. Stats down to 1 mining base. Maru down to 1 mining base. Maru's up 149 to 119 total supply. Stats, however, can recall home, where Maru cannot do that. Also, Maru can lift off his buildings, while Stats cannot do that. Why are these zealots not attacking anything? At least help with this stuff down here, guys. There you go. Stats trying to expand up this way, hoping that Maru doesn't see it. Maru doesn't have any sneaky bases, you guys. He's got a tiny bit of income there. He going for it. No, he's not going for it. Yeah, Stats attacking into that situation, into those tanks, is a terrible idea. A lot of Marauders here from Maru, too. That does so well against the Disruptors and the Colossus. Bad against the Zealots, but you can't be good against everything. Okay, so Maru relands his natural base. Stats, this base is alive right now, and it's 37 to 37 workers. This Banshee, though, honestly, just wandering around trying to kill stuff, still alive, still hiding back here. There's not a Stargate, so they don't have to worry about much by way of, you know, Void Rays. Or Phoenix, or Carriers, or any of that stuff. See, Maru has production right now. Stats does not. Stats recalls his probes from the main into this sneaky ninja. Which, again, Maru doesn't... Oh, Maru knows it exists. Did he just scan it? This might just be it for Stats, everybody. Stats is going to try to... The high ground. Don't try a Tanakin. That's what he's going for here, but... Did that Banshee die? I think that Banshee died. Banshees have been, honestly, hard for me to keep track of on the minimap today. Purification Nova. Ooh, free Marine. We'll take it. We'll take it. So Maru, if he kills this base, he wins. If Stats wrecks this attack, he's in a good chance to win. He's trying to come around this, or maybe just go for some kind of a sneaky run-by attack there. Alright, that's so many siege tanks. I love this, though. I really like this. Just taking out reinforcements that are trying to come up here and help. Stats production tab is still empty. Like, I'm concerned that he's not making anything right now, where every unit he has is important. He's going to try to do it. He's going to try to come from both sides at once. He's buying time. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, backside. Charge lots. Stalkers. Colossus up here taking the tank shots, but also buying time for Stalkers to get shots on in here. It looks like Maru just barely going to be able to hold enough medevacs. No. Stats chases him out of there. Hold up, hold up. He's still got enough units to be dangerous. Handful of Marines and Marauders with reinforcing units coming in here all the time. Stats can't handle that many with the Blink Stalkers. Where is his production? He's trying to make more warp gates, but I think he needs more stuff. Okay, he just made some High Templar. Gonna pop in some Archons, which bonus damage versus Marines and Marauders is good stuff. Maru's natural base is mining out. Stats Sneaky Ninja is a lot healthier. And Stats is taking the 12 o'clock. Okay, this is a good match. I'm giving this the Falcon Paladin stamp of approval from start to finish. This has been really good. Maru takes his third base back. This is going to help his income immensely. Stats has better income for now, but I think with this SCV transfer and some mules getting called down, Maru's going to be ahead in that economy department. More Archons, morphing in from Stats. Really doesn't have time to wait for Storm to be researched. I guess he has the research for, or the resources for it. I don't know what the heck just killed 3 SCVs at all. Ghosts, probably. This War Prism did. Oh, a Disruptor hit. Cool. Très bien. Très chouette. Man, I don't know. Like, Stats has more workers, which is fantastic. Just, there you go. I was going to say, there has to be something to handle a very wounded Marine up here. Army supply is bigger for Maru, but the economy is better for Stats. And as this base comes in, and Stats can officially be on 2 bases mining rather than Maru's kind of anemic 1.2 bases mining. Income going to be better here for Stats. I know mules can help Terran catch up. And they are right now, in fact, as income is receding back to equilibrium. But yeah, Stats holding onto this base really, really means everything to him at this point. Losing that base would have been GG for sure. But as it stands, 12 o'clock base, hanging out. Again, Maru knows it exists. Stats knows this is here. These are, you know, possibly the best Terran and the best Protoss on Earth right now. I really don't see why that is that's a controversial thing to say at all. Oh, one tank. Maru left home a little bit. Lost a tank for it. And then it recall out of there. These Stalkers are like, run. Oh, that was a beautiful recall bait. And then these guys are able to just run and get a blink at just the nick of time. Holy crap. Is Stats going to win this game after losing his third and his natural and his attempt at expanding here too? I mean, again, Maru's not exactly come out of this thing smelling like roses. He's lost 59 SCV. Stats has lost 71 probes. Base count not super healthy at the 17-minute mark for both of these players. The Archons have not really come into play here, but the fact that there's no ghost tech at all, EMPs are not available. Oh, it's a race to the Sneaky Ninja left side base. At the 9 o'clock here, Zealot's going to buy some time. Ooh, a shield battery overcharge is going to buy some time too. Widowmine's catching a couple of those Zealots, but the Stalkers aren't taking as much damage. The Archons are not taking any damage either. Force field's actually a bit of a problem, not allowing Stats to do much there. This army gets, I guess, recalled up that way. Maru just poking at the edges here and kiting for all he's worth. His army supply is up about 30 on Stats. The only splash damage that exists are these Archons, which, by the way, I don't know where they're there. Most of them are there. Warping in some Zealots to try to handle this. Zealots are great at buying time for Stalkers to do a ton of damage. We're just doing this on 2 fronts right now, but no, not enough. Stats, GG's out, and Maru is your winner. I do want to see real quick where this GG came from. I guess all of his Zealots died, and then it was just Stalkers dealing with a big Marine Marauder ball with a siege tank behind it. And this group not doing super well either. It's really not enough to protect this base either. Yeah, fair enough. Maru is your winner in 18 minutes and 47 seconds. Great. Absolutely great scrappy scrap game there. That was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. End of the day, 71 probes died, 59 SCVs, 3 Nexuses, an orbital command went down. I mean, this has been an absolute bloodbath. 19,000 and 19,000 resources lost for each player in 18 minutes is great. So yeah, I mean, end of the day, Maru kind of mining off of 1.2 bases, stats technically on 2 bases with a massive worker lead. Look at that, 50 to 19 workers. I think Maru decided not to go for the longer macro style game and decided just to cut some workers, not try to expand again, and try to kill Stats for being greedy, and that's what happened. Stat tried to make too many probes, and it cost him. Amazing, fantastic game out of Maru. This is why he was in the GSL final, GSL Code S Season 1 stuff from last week, is stuff like this, man. Fantastic. Great back and forth. All right. Well, that right there is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.